Hi, everybody. It's Kathy Riley, your Fun Stampers Journey Coach. Let me get flipped to where I need. I guess that is where I need to be. Looks smaller tonight. Say hi when you stop in. I'd appreciate it so much. I just like seeing everybody. Hi, Miss Sharon. Hi, Mom. Miss Sharon, are you going to be getting nasty weather? I was thinking about you guys. Oh, hold on. There we go. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? Okay, I hope everybody had a great day. I was looking through the catalog and I came across a die that I have. I don't know if I've done a video with this die before, but I really love it, and it's like one of those hidden gems. And I think I'm actually going to start a new series of videos. I'll keep up with my Tooltip Tuesday, but also add hidden gems, because there's so many things in these catalogs that really get overlooked. I've looked in the brand new catalog we just received in June, and there's stuff I hadn't seen, but yet it was all stuff that we've had. So, and that's one of these kind of dies. And it is on page, let me add sticky notes. I'm going to pick this up. It's on page 304, and it's called Winter Hills. And they did do cutouts of all of the dies in the catalog, so you could see what it looked like when it was put together, but it really doesn't do it justice. We're also, here, I can just move. If you want the page numbers, I can get the page numbers. I'll bring over my pile. So here it is, the Winter Hills die set. There's 2 pieces, and that will make 1 card. You need both of them, and you need a 4 1/4 by any height you really want. And I cut mine down a little bit, and I'll show you why. Hi, Miss Sharon. My Sharons are showing up. I'm glad. I've been thinking about you guys and your weather. But this, you can actually get 2 cards out of 1 piece of cardstock when you lay them just like this, and they'll go through your platinum. You can put them on your Platinum 6 or your old Amaze machine, and they will work just fine through there. So the first card we're going to create, we're going to be using this, and I'll show you what the finished product is. We actually did this at my card class on Sunday, and the gals just had a blast because I said, we're going to play with Pan Pastels, and they love our Pan Pastels. So we're going to, sweetheart, they love playing with our Pan Pastels. So this, I have my little snow, and I'm going to show you how to get your little hills. And this is just 3 different shades of Pan Pastels. And you have the big tree in the front. And then I added another deer. And then I just put peace on the bottom. I'm not a brave stamper, so I stamped it and I die cut it. And you can do that with this. I have that and was totally confused. I will unconfuse you, Miss Sharon, okay? Because this, you can use this all year long. I was thinking at work, yes, I don't concentrate at work all the time. This would be fun to do in like pinks and teals, and do little candy canes and do a candy cane village using these trees. It would be just adorable. Okay. I was just checking. Remember all the glitches I had last week and I had to keep hitting it? I had a short in my charger cord, so I got that fixed. You have that and totally confused. We're going to fix that, okay? So I have gone through and I have cut everything out. And I was brave, and I stamped peace on my inner piece. I'm getting fuzzy. Why am I getting fuzzy, girls? There it goes. It ran an update on my phone, and I have this new autofocus thing. So, these are for my next. I'm going to do 2. I'm going to show you how to do 2. And this is what you have once you cut out your pieces, okay? I'm going to put my little deer. Remind me my deer are on my computer, okay? So when I go, I can't find my deer, and I can't find those. They're on my laptop, okay? So we have these 2 pieces. And what I like to do is I take some of a green, this is just generic green Post-it tape, and I love this stuff. And what I do is I mask off. So I'm not working with the tree. I'm going to be creating the snow first. Hi, who's all here? I don't have automatic scroll. Well, hi, Lorraine. Thank you. Hi, Mother Sam's. So I'm just going to tape this off because I don't want to get any blue on my tree. So I'm going to do that to both pieces. Mother Sam's was here, and she made this, and hers was absolutely gorgeous. Everybody's was just beautiful. So I don't want any blue. So what I've done is I've gone and I have masked that. No, I don't want to lose those. You know I'm good at losing things. I just had a piece of sticky tape, or you can just take any scrap of paper. We used up all my scraps. I took a sheet of Pan Pastel paper out there, and we had a blast. So we're going to create our hills. So you're going to take a piece of paper, any kind of paper. You don't have to have this sticky on the end. Just make sure it's wide enough to go across your card to where your little score mark is. And I tear backwards and get some, you're going to create hills. And you want to kind of go up and down and then do a long stretch. There's no right, there's no wrong. Whatever you want to do, because I'm actually making two. And this is for you coaches out there. This is a great class because it is easy and it is so fun. Okay, so I can take either one that I want. I'm going to set this to the side. And I grabbed out my Pan Pastels, and I think I have one color from each set. I have, what do I have? That's for the next one. That's for a tree, Fresh Forest. This is, I'm using Pool Play. This is from Confectionery Days. And then I'll remind you what the greens are when I get started on my trees. Oh, you are very kind, Mother Sam's. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, I'm going to bend this back. I got ahead of myself and bent that. And what you're going to do is you're just going to lay it here and get your heels started. Now, my slippers I am out of. I have for green, but I'm actually going to just use one of my sponges. Brand new. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to take ever so slightly on the very tip. Okay? And how I wanted the moving, blowing snow effect. And how I did that, I'm going to move this in, girls and guys. There we go. Is I kind of flicked and rounded it a little bit. making sure I hit the edge. It's easier to do with the slipper, I can tell you that right now. And this first one, the first row, you're gonna think, I have way too much. You don't. And remember, Pan Pastels are very forgiving. You can't erase them. And I think we had a few erases on Sunday during class, and that was fine. I reminded them. So there, we're kind of getting a base. Now we're going to pick this up. And I'm going to shift it because I don't want a straight line of everything. I have this really jagged. I didn't get any really straight, but that's okay. Now I don't want to go all the way up to the next one, and I am. But you're going to have that defined line. Let me see if I can salvage a slipper here. Oh, this one. Ooh, I can get it on easy. I have a slipper for blue. Now, let me try. Sometimes shedding. No. Here we go. I'm going to get rid of some of this. I'm going to get rid of most of it. There. Now that I have a slipper, that'll make it much, much easier. I'm going to go with this one instead. I like this one better. Don't ask me why. I do. So take the slipper. Let's see how much. Okay. It's easier to get right along that line, and that's what you want to get your definition for your heels. And I'm just flicking it from the bottom to the top, putting the Pan Pastel on bottom to top, but I'm starting creating them from the top to the bottom, okay? See, and it kind of, you get that movie. Isn't that fun? I love it. You can flip it over. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to do the same thing. And you can put them as close together as you want, or you can put them as far apart as you want. And you just keep, it goes really fast. How are we doing here? Do another one. And just tap, tap, tap in your Pan Pastels. You see exactly what I'm doing, just to make sure. You still see? I'll move it up after this. But you have better control when you use the slipper. Even the little finger one, I think it's going to be too big. Slipper is definitely the way to go. How cool is that looking? Are you liking this? And we go like that. And so many people took advantage of the 20% off the Pan Pastels last month. I was so excited to see that. So excited to see that. These are just an absolutely wonderful product. And I'll just go like that. This looks like the hills. When I was growing up, we lived on a dairy farm, and it was right on the top of a hill. And one side was the Great Sledding Hill. We had so much fun. And then the going down the other side was the woods, but then there was an open part that my dad he planted. I think we baled hay on it, and that was great for sledding too. I'm a Minnesota girl and grew up with these kind of drifts in the 70s. The best time to grow up. I'm just going to finish off the bottom with a little bit. There, you can see it. Are you seeing that? Favorite meaning? Yes, Gina, it is. Love working with Pan Pastels. Light. So there we have our heels on this one. I'm going to let it sit. I didn't bring any hairspray in, and I'm out of my minis. So I'm going to let this one sit, and it should set up pretty good. And I'm going to grab, that one takes longer just because there's more to it. So this one we can pretty much speed. Move this up. This one we can pretty much speed right through. I'm going to put that up just a little bit. And that's okay. See, I have those like, there's no rhyme or reason to any snowbank. There really isn't. I grew up in the prime of blizzards in southern Minnesota. And I even have this one covering a little bit. Fine. Great. Don't be afraid. Just, if you want to figure this technique out, just take a piece of your printer paper and tear a piece and take another piece of your printer paper or half of what you have left and just practice this technique. It is so simple. It is really so simple. When we were talking on Sunday at class, even for waves, for clouds, for anything, it's wonderful. See, and these kind of butted up, but that's okay. That's the way snow is. I grew up in snow. I grew up in a lot of snow. Right, Mom? Is my mom still there? My mom knows she was there. So there we have the snow. Okay? Really pretty. Really pretty. Now we're going to move on to the trees. This one's been sitting. I don't have any fixative of any kind in here. So we'll start, but I'm going to start with the big tree because you can see better what I did as far as the shading goes. I used 3 colors of green. I just randomly picked. I have, hold on, let me get this slipper happening. I have, this is Fresh Forest, here it is, Fresh Forest, and this is from the Mother Nature. This is Lemongrass, which is from I'm Not Sure. And this is Limeade Splash, and I believe this is an independent. It goes into, I don't know which one, but it's alongside. Anyway, sorry. So I started with, and I have my little paper towel over here. I'm just cleaning off. There's some Fresh Forest that's left. The slipper's pretty much on its last leg, but that's okay. It'll work. So what I did I'll bring back what is, I wanted to see definition and branches and movement in these trees. And how I did that, I'm going to move the blue because I don't need that anymore. I'm going to line these up in the colors. I can zoom out a little bit, can I? There we go. And I'll zoom it back in once I get going. So I took the lightest, I consider this lightest, medium, darkest, okay? And just, I flicked, starting from the center, going all the way to the edges in little fine strokes, because that's how you're going to get the definition. It doesn't make any difference if it's lighter or darker, you know, because I got some pieces that are darker, some that are light. Let's get the right color, Kath. And have them, the swooshes, I guess that's what you call them, meet in the middle so that you get that center trunk area. Just checking my messages. If somebody knows how to do an auto scroll on here, please let me know, because all of a sudden I've got this line. The bar I have to move. Was everybody's day grand? It was Tuesday. It was grand. It's a grand Tuesday. And you can go back and forth and up and down, and it doesn't make any difference. But starting with your lightest color, even when you're doing watercolor pencils, when you're doing color bursts, when you're doing our liquid colors, our inks, always start with your light color first. It just works better, I guess. I don't know why. That's just how I learned, and that's how because you can see the dark. It's harder to get rid of the dark. Now, when it comes to where, let me zoom in. When it comes to, I can't get any more, where your snow and your tree are going to meet, the branches are going to fall over the snow. They really are. So just keep, you crafted, good woman. My husband is even out crafting in our dining room. Take your branches just ever so slightly over your snow. You don't want to have a definite stop line. So, okay, I've done that one. Now we're going to go in here with the medium. I really like using the tip, but my tip is just about shot. But I think we can get away with it here. And then I'm going to go in and fill in. I'm going to fill in. I'm going to hit the white spots because I'm going to get the true lemongrass. But by going over the limeade splash, I'm going to get another color. So I actually have two colors, but I'm creating the third. And the same thing will happen once we add the fresh forest. Did that make sense? Please tell me that that made sense. But I don't want to cover up everything I've already put down either. I want the definition and all the colors. I have pieces of my slipper flying off here. So there we have, we've used two colors, but we actually have three on there. And now we're going to move on to the fresh forest. This is about gone. The fresh forest, and we want to concentrate that mainly in the middle because that's where your depth in is, and you can't see through the evergreen. So we're just going to flick. Miss Sharon, you said quips, and then you quit Q-tips. You could have, you really could have stopped at quips because I would have known what you're talking about. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, the color laying. Yes, because then it looks more like a true evergreen. I miss evergreens living here in Texas. And if you get a spot that's a little too heavy, tap it out with your finger. I think I'm putting this on with plastic now. I hear it going. You can throw a little bit on the tips. I mean, and a little goes a long way. But there you have, just by following the die itself, it creates the flow for how you should, or how I think the evergreen should look. And you've got all the different colors, and it almost looks watercolor. We're rolling in on 8 o'clock. Okay, so I'm going to do the other piece at a later time, but I am going to show you how to put this together. Okay. I love white cardstock. I get white cardstock dirty. Let me grab a little wet wipe. Little wet wipe. Okay. So what I did, this, my card base, I did it at, you have to do it at 4 1/4 in order for your panels to fit. But what I did is I cut this down to 5 inches, not 5 1/4. I did 5 inches. Let me zoom up so I can show you how to put this together, because it is actually, it's really simple. You have 2 score marks, and I had them folded, and I'm going to grab my crease tool because you want this creased pretty good. Now, what you're going to do is this one is going to go on first. So your wide base, your wide piece, this is really hard to see. I don't know if that's any better. Oh, that angle. You want your wide one on first. So I'm going to take, and our score tape works the absolute best for doing these. I'm going to tear off a piece of my score tape. I'm going to flip it around so I can see where I'm putting it. Don't know where the bloom tool is. So we're going to grab this with the scissors and little detail shears and pull that off. Fold any extras. I keep this out because I don't want any mishaps. And what I will do is I will line it up. I want it flush with the bottom. Okay. And then I fold it over. Take my crease tool, and it is pretty much, it's set. It's not going to go anywhere. Now you're going to do the exact same thing with the other panel. You're going to open this up. I'm going to make sure I have this creased. Grab a piece of score tape. And get that put on there. I hope I didn't get that over the... I did. Oh, there it peeled up. And I'm going to try and move this because I did get it a little too far over. And gently rubbing with my scissors. If that happens to you, just scooch that score tape right up off that panel and get it all on the crease. I got mine a little off, but I'm scooching it up and all is right with the world. Yeah. Fold those corners in, and now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to fold this piece out. On the outside. This is, yes, you only need this piece, and you're putting the panels, you're lining them up just like this. I'll do this one laying this way. Okay. Here, I have to set it so it's, no, I don't. I can do it this way. Like this. Okay. Flush with the bottom. Pick it up and slide it around. And it will pull a little bit, but that's okay. That's to be expected. I'm going to increase that. And the one you put, so this is what it looks like, Miss Sharon, when you've got it. Okay. Here is the inside of your card. Here is the inside of your card. Fold it in, and there's the outside of your card. Now I had on ours, and I did cut them out then and stamp them and cut them out. And these little guys are out of this little winter build-a-scene. This little deer, these little guys, everybody needs this. I mean, oh my gosh. But we just added some deer. I added some sparkle silk to it. And then, because I cut this down to 5, and that's what I wanted to do, is I like to put these on a base. And this is pool play. Pool play. Cool pool. Pool play. It's been a day. And then go ahead and just add some of your craft glue along the edges or your tape runner. You know me, I always like some wiggle room. Love my craft glue. I'm gonna pick that up. And then you can wiggle it so you have the same border. I think I like it with a little bit smaller border, so I would go to 5 1/4, and I might even trim that off. But that's how you do. That's how you work with the winter scene. Miss Sharon, did you get that? Because you can even go back. You can come back and you can watch this again, and I'll show you one more time. This is the inside of your card. This is the inside of your card. This is the outside of your card. And one of the reasons I didn't show you where we put the little tabs around and tape, that's why you want to put a panel. I would highly suggest putting a panel on it because it hides that. And this one, I'm going to trim that off. I think that's a little too much. I like a little less. There's one more color combination with your Pan Pastels that I'm just going to show you how to get started briefly, okay? And I have everything in here, just right quick, really right quick, is I took Denim Days, okay? And this is going to be the inside. This is going to be the panel, which I'm going to trim down. But take your you can take your paper, okay? Take your white Pan Pastel. You know what? I don't even know if you have a Q-tip in my house. Here, you can use the pool play, or you can use the white, or you can use both. I have a little pool play here on my slipper. I'm going to wipe it off. But to take Denim Days, okay, and to do the same thing. Get in here and make yourself some snowdress. And this, you can actually go a little more heavy-handed. Because you have such a dark color. Let me grab some of this. This is really cool when you do it like this on the Denim Days. It is just gorgeous. And I've done this, I think the last time I showed this, I showed it using inks. Again, I'm flicking it over so I have those. Look kind of easy. We will. Doesn't come out. I said, Kathy taught me. You practice and you will get it. You will. Come back and watch this over and over and over. And I will be sending you a hug every time you do that. See, look at the cool effect you get doing it on Denim Days. Let me grab some of that. It kind of shifts when you get towards the bottom. So I really try to hold on and go lightly. And then just flick up along the edge. And then you can do the same thing on the tree, like we did before. And we have the silver Pan Pastels. Throw some of that on with this. Let's see. really want the sharpness. Here we go. And you can really go heavy on the branches on the edge, so it really looks like snow. And if you do that, you do want to set this. I use aerosol hairspray, just the cheapest thing Dollar General has, or Family Dollar, or but you can just go through and you can soften it up. I actually, I have to admit, I love doing this dye with denim days. I really, really do. And then this one, let me get this a little bit more. I'll finish tweaking it and I'll post a picture. I have been better about posting pictures, I think. I like putting the pool play in there. I think that's really great. See what I'm aiming for? Oh, why did I get that little screen up? This is the greatest, easiest, most relaxing Christmas card you can make. And then this will be, of course, my inside. This is how it's going to go on my card base. Okay. And then what I did is from the, I forget the name of it because I took it out of the packaging. The Holy Nativity die set. Okay, the Holy Nativity die set. DI0456. Easiest one to remember. What I'm going to do with this is, I think it would be, you always see the nativity and the different colors, and I've done the shepherds and so on, but I really thought that just, see, I lost Mary. I don't know where Mary went. She's here somewhere, really. To put Mary and Joseph and baby Jesus in his manger on this, because it's white, it's really going to pop. And then I did cut out the little star, and you can use your gold pan pastel or cut this out in your brushed gold and put that on the top there. And find a pretty Christmas. We have tons of beautiful Christmas stamps that you can put on the inside. And I just think this is really, I will make some of these, and these, I don't make all the same card. I will have some of these be my Christmas cards, and I just found Mary. But see, Mary, Mary needs some hair. But you can just glue the bottom of her on there, and it's going to be fine. So again, Miss Sharon, these are the two panels that you have. I'm going to do this one more time for you, sweetheart, because I really, you will love this once you start doing it. So you're going to maybe try thinking of it this way. If I show you a couple different ways, line this up like this and fold your edge around. Okay? And fold your edge around. Like that. It might not go all the way to the edge depending on how accurate you are. Like me, not. And then here, let me move my little nativity family. and then like this, and just make sure everything is flush on the bottom. And then you're going to scooch it over and get it going and score that. And you're going to have one hook on each side. Put your masking, your tear tape or double-sided tape, put that under here. That works the best. And then to cover these up, a white panel. Okay, that's how that would go together. So there's a couple of options. Here's doing it. This is on the Denim Days, which all of our cardstock, as a happy little reminder, the entire month of September, our cardstock is 20% off. I've been in Fun Stampers here in 2.5 years, and we've never had cardstock at 20% off. Yay. So here are a couple of ideas. And it'll probably be when I get up in the morning that I post what I've all used. And I will post pictures. I'll take a picture of this. I think I'm going to add a few little fluffy clouds there. But that's it. Our hidden gem, the Winter Hills die set. Any time of year, it's wonderful. $24.95. This will be in the catalog for a very long time. I think this is my third Christmas having this die set, and I use it every single year. Every single year. So be sure to keep an eye on my page. Follow me, and you'll get notifications of when I add anything. And keep an eye out for our specials. Keep an eye out for our weekly bundles. Please share this. The algorithm on Facebook, shares and comments are what keep me moving along on news feeds. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Have a great rest of the week, and I will talk to you again very, very soon. Bye.